Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're playing Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC. Gonna be going over the July 18, 2024 updates, where really there's not a lot going on, and that is a-okay with me, because these past few weeks were very hectic with the summer mission events, with the collection events, with the Water Bomb Festival stuff going on, so I had to play a lot of hours during those days, but I am looking forward to the week of rest that we've got here. With that being said, let's hop into Superstar JYP, starting with the new TWICE limited theme, Ain't No Limit. Now remember that TWICE is a 9-member group, and what that means is that your limited period point reward is going to be an R grade card selector, which is really good for helping you round out your sets. Let's just say you bought a bunch of packages, you ended up with 8 of the 9 members, but you have that R grade card selector, you can just pick that last member that you don't have and then complete your OT9 set. Now, in terms of packages I recommend buying, remember that if you are a collector and your goal is to simply get the cards, I do recommend the A grade card package over the R grade card package, because in the long run, you'll end up with more cards per diamond for the A grade card package versus the R grade card package. But if you are trying to complete the mission event, remember that that R grade package is going to be very good, because those R grade cards definitely bump up your score by a lot, which might be needed in order to complete the mission event. But moving on to the mission event, so mission 1 is going to be some standard stuff where completing the song 5 times gets you 1 new limited theme. Mission 2, since TWICE is a 9-member group, for the first 7 members that you get that are all different and A grade or above, you will get an additional B grade card. And as a reminder, these B grade cards don't really help you complete mission 2 unless you get 2 of the same member and you don't have that member as an A grade, because then you can fuse them to make an A grade and help you complete mission 2. Now, this is another reason that the A grade card package is really good for just collectors, because doing the A grade card package also helps you complete mission 2, and completing mission 2 helps you get more cards for the limited set, but they are going to be B grade. But remember, you're just collecting in that case. Mission 3 is going to be some standard stuff where basically as you play TWICE songs, as you obtain cards that are of TWICE, you will complete this mission naturally. And then for completing all of that, you do get a wallpaper, which is a really nice wallpaper from the Digipack for With Youth. So that's really all I got to say about the TWICE stuff. Now, since we already completed the song mission, let's go ahead and see who we got for our A grade limited card. Looks like our inventory is a little full, so we will have to sell a few cards here. Let's get rid of some of the C grade cards that I'm not using. All right, and then let's head back to the mission event. Okay, so actually we got to collect our A grade card. So this is our limited card. We got Nayeon. All right, very cool, very cool. Now remember, for completing that mission, you do get a second card, but it is going to be a B grade. And we're hoping we get Mina, but Momo. Okay, very happy with Momo too. So we did get 2 free cards, which is always really nice. But that's all I gotta say about the TWICE mission event, Ain't No Limit. If you do like the set, by all means go for it. But if you already have a TWICE limited set that you really like and don't want to replace, by all means feel free to skip out on it, because again, there are mission events where you could potentially enter raffles and stuff like that. But if you really like the wallpaper, definitely think about going for it. In terms of other JYP stuff, we do have a restock in Nayeon's Pop. Now, just like I said last week with Soloists, there are no card pack 30s where you can spend RP in order to try and get the cards for like C grades, B grades. There is just going to be that R grade card package for 300 diamonds and the special package for $21 basically. And as a soloist in this set, there are no guarantees. So if you look at that limited period point reward, it is just going to be a random R grade card. And what that means is that you technically could pull from this banner an infinite amount of times, but if you get unlucky, you could still be missing 1 card by the end of it. In terms of your actual odds though, think about pulling from this banner about 6-ish times from that R grade card in order to complete it. I think at about like 90%. Don't quote me on that. I haven't checked the math for this one in a while, but just keep in mind that even though there are only 3 cards to collect, you could still be spending quite a few diamonds since there are no guarantees. Now, the last thing to go over that is going to be Superstar JYP specific is going to be Happy Leah Day. So for the Mitzies out there, remember that Leah is coming back with the next comeback. I am very, very excited. They announced it, I think, at the Mitzi anniversary event. So very, very excited for Leah's comeback, and what better way to talk about it in these videos than talking about Happy Leah Day in the Superstar JYP shop. So just keep that in mind in case you are a Leah bias. It is going to be the birthday week, and that means we do have that special shop there. Alright, moving on into Superstar STAYC, we have a new limited theme in One Thing, and this is going to be a metamorphic set. Now, STAYC is a 6-member group, and that means we also get the limited period point reward as an R-grade card selector, which again is really good for helping you round out your sets. Let's say you get 5 of the 6 members, you can use that selector to get the 6th member. And the nice thing in Superstar STAYC is that it works off of a prism system, and that R-grade card selector can just get you a prism, which is really good because prisms bump your score up by about 10%. Now, with the talk about prisms, I do recommend the starter package if you know you're going to want this set, and if you want it to be your metamorphic set, you're going to want as many prisms as possible. So if you don't mind spending money on the game, if you really want this set as your prism metamorphic set, by all means the starter package is really good because for $7.49 you are guaranteed a prism card, as opposed to these other packages where it's like a 5 times chance for prism, a 3 times chance for prism. But remember that the base chance is 3%, so this is 15% and 9% respectively. So just keep that in mind, that these starter packages are really good if you know you like this set and you want to make it your prism set. But other than that, not too much to say about the banner on this one. Moving on into the mission event, this is where it gets a little bit interesting because mission 1, standard stuff, clear the song, get the scores. Mission 2, again, standard stuff. For every member that you get that is going to be A grade or above, you do get a B grade card of the limited set. Now, one thing, just as a reminder in case some people forget, you do need to get 2 or more One Thing Prism cards in order to complete that last mission. For mission 2, I got stuck on that a little bit with the last one, so just as a reminder. However, I did receive a tip that I haven't tested myself personally, but if you do get 1 B grade card, you can technically upgrade it, and that still counts. So you can get the B grade and then upgrade it to an A grade, only having 1 prism card, but still being able to complete this. Again, I haven't tested this myself personally, but if you have tried it out, definitely leave a comment below and help people out that just want to get the information. Mission 3 is really just clearing out songs and getting free RP. Now, where it gets really interesting is Mission 4. I haven't seen this in Superstar STAYC quite yet, and the game's only been basically about a year old. For completing the mission event, you get 2 wallpapers. I'm pretty sure it's 2 different wallpapers, event wallpaper 1 and number 2, which is really interesting because usually they only give out 1 at a time. And what this says to me is that for the metamorphic photo shoot, we probably have more images than expected, which is really good because that means more wallpapers. Maybe future songs are going to have 2 wallpapers as well, which is very, very exciting. So if you liked the cheeky version, if you liked these wallpapers, by all means, this is not a bad mission event for you because you end up with 2 wallpapers. But remember that the wallpapers are all aesthetics. You don't need them if you're looking for things that help improve your actual gameplay. Alright, so with that being said, let's go ahead and collect our free One Thing A grade card. We have J. Okay, so we got the J luck back here, and then we do get a B grade card for getting the A grade J, and we get Sieun. All right, very, very cool. So those are our 2 free cards for the One Thing mission event. Moving on to the next thing for STAYC, we do have the Love Fool restock, and this is basically just like any other regular banner, with the exception that you don't get the starter package that gets you the prism, and then you also don't get, I think, there is one other package that you can buy that isn't available. I think it's like the 3-day celebration or something. This one right here, this 3-day limited. But other than that, it is just a standard STAYC banner with the R grade card selector as the limited period point reward. Now, one thing I want everyone to keep in mind moving forward, so on August 1st, it is going to be Sieun's birthday. And what that means is you're going to want to have a ton of B grade cards stacked across all of the different songs. So if we look at my inventory here, for example, Metamorphic, I've been stacking up the Sieun cards, even though I want to get this A grade up to an R grade to start getting more points for my Metamorphic songs. I gotta wait for the birthday, because if they have in the birthday mission event, you have to level up or obtain multiple A grade cards for Sieun, for Metamorphic, I'm gonna be ready. So just keep that in mind for the next few weeks if you do want to complete the Sieun mission event, which gets you free diamonds and free cards and stuff like that. Just make sure that you're stacking up these B grade cards in order to complete that particular mission event. So as you can see, I have been pretty prepared for the past few weeks, but just a friendly reminder to everyone. Alright, now moving into the things that are shared across both games. So if we go into the shop and check out the first thing, we have the first half of 2024 package here. This is a very interesting package. Now, let me break down a few things on this one here. So first thing you see is a limited period point award where you will get a first half of 2024 limited theme A grade card selector after you stack up 200 points, which is basically 8 of the packages. So for basically about $28 after buying the packages, you do get that first half of 2024 limited theme A grade card selector. And if you are curious what themes were available at the time, if you go to the drop odds and then scroll all the way down, because there are 2 sections to this. One is for the pack, and the pack can basically have anything. Because if we look at the very top here, it even has the Metamorphic themes, which just came out and were definitely not part of the first half of 2024. But if we scroll all the way down to the bottom here, these are the R grade cards that you can get, and the R grade cards are going to be limited to the first half of 2024. That means these are also the cards you should be able to select with the selector. So if you are trying to get some of these as like max prism sets, you want these to be the prism set for that particular album, it might not be such a bad idea for $28. Now, generally, I do recommend the Star Pass over this because for $28, you can usually buy a Star Pass, which usually ends with a card selector, and then along the way, you're getting like power-up cards, you're getting diamonds, you're getting RP. So as long as you're willing to put in the work for the Star Pass, I generally recommend getting the Star Pass versus buying into this limited period point reward here. However, if you need that sort of instant gratification, if you just want to start stacking up these prism sets, all that kind of stuff, then by all means you can buy into it. But just remember, it is going to be about $28 per selector, and these are going to be timed, so you can only buy 5 per day. So really keep that in mind, because you don't want to buy it for the first like 1 or 2 days and then end up not having enough in order to get the selector. So again, you have to buy it 8 times. That means you're going to need at least 2 days of buying the package in full in order to get that selector. So just keep that in mind when it comes to timing. Don't wait till the last day, because then you might realize you won't have enough points. All right. Now, moving on to the next thing I wanted to talk about is going to be this very interesting thing, the Party Aboard membership. So, interesting packages here. The first one is going to be a 14-day cruise diamonds gift, and this one is kind of tricky because you basically have already had to have started on it in order to get the maximum amount of diamonds. So 3,000 diamonds for $50 is really good because that gives you a ratio of 60 diamonds to the dollar. Now remember that this is only for 14 days in total, and you do need to log in every single day in order to claim the diamonds. Now, we're already 1 day late. Basically, by the time this video goes up, it's going to be 2 days late, and you've already missed out on those diamonds. So that ratio keeps going down the longer you wait to purchase this package. And the next question that we have to talk about is basically, what can you do with 3,000 diamonds that warrants you spending the $50 right now versus just saving up diamonds in the long run? Basically, remember that diamonds in terms of the cards are all for aesthetics. Non-limited themes and limited themes still get you the same amount of points in terms of the score, in terms of ranking and stuff like that. One thing that is very interesting to note though is that 3,000 diamonds can actually buy you, I think, almost every group's live pass theme in the live theme pass shop. So if we go into Superstar JYP, I don't think there are any active right now, actually, now that I think about it. But it's generally 250 diamonds per member for the live themes. So 3,000 diamonds should be able to basically get you any group and then still have some diamonds left over. And remember that the live themes do actually play into your score. So if you care about the cards, the diamonds are good for the cards because it helps with your collection. But again, the limited theme cards aren't any more valuable than the non-limited theme cards. But if you are using the diamonds for the live themes, this might not be such a bad idea because again, the live themes actually affect your score, and in JYP it gets absolutely crazy because it can pump up your score by I think about like 1,000,000 points, I think. If we go to the collection reward. So yeah, you could basically get like an extra 1.5 million score from just the live themes, and I'm pretty sure that matters in higher tier gameplay. Alright, so that's basically my thoughts on that. The ratio is really good, but every single day that passes that you don't buy this package, that ratio gets lower and lower, and honestly, I don't really think there's a reason to need to buy it unless you're really aiming for those live themes and you want to just use diamonds to pay for them. So that's my take on that. I don't really think it's needed for most people though, especially if you're trying to like save actual money, and if you're free to play, that doesn't apply anyways, which is really good. Moving on into the next thing, we do have the currency star pass here, and this is going to be the same for both games. So the currency star pass is actually my favorite star pass because you get a lot of diamonds for the amount of dollars that you're paying. In this case, you're getting about 41 diamonds for $12, or I'm sorry, you're getting 41 diamonds per dollar for a total of 500 diamonds for $12, which is actually a pretty good ratio. Remember that a good ratio is generally about 36 to 40 diamonds to the dollar, so this being at 41 is pretty good, and then you also get RP along the way, which is always really appreciated. So if you're hurting for diamonds, if you kind of like the smaller term investments rather than that party aboard package, this is always a good buy because you do get a pretty sizable amount of diamonds for the amount that you are paying. Last thing I wanted to talk about, kind of an interesting thing that I noticed just the other day, the daily card pack of luck. Now, I just bought it just for fun in order to complete the daily mission that was like make a purchase from the shop. But what I noticed is about the card pack of luck, which is going to be this red pack here, this daily card pack of luck, is that it basically has all of the themes that were released up until that point. So if we go to the daily card pack of luck, because what happened is that last week I pulled on it and I got a 20 theme, and that theme was the active theme of that week. If you look at that card pack of luck, you can technically get a one thing card. Now, we're just going to test our luck right now and see if we get a limited theme at all, but I found it very interesting that you can get the currently active theme. So we did get an Isa right there, which is very cool. I think that might be it. Nope. We also get a Loveful Sieun, which is very cool. So that daily card pack of luck, just keep that in mind that you can get the current active theme as well. With that being said, that is the end of this update video for this very chill week. I hope y'all are able to get some rest and look forward to the next event that comes along. With that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Actually, one last thing that I wanted to go over with everyone is that I did end up using the selector for the profile as well as the background. So the profile I picked is going to be of Mina, of course, from Twice. We picked the Ready to Be World Tour profile picture, so you can see it in the top left there. Very excited for that. And then the wallpaper that we picked should pop up at any moment, but we basically picked the wallpaper for the Ready to Be tour because that was basically the Twice tour that started it all for me. And then I went to that tour like 4 different times, so it was a very interesting way to break me into K-pop concerts. So very excited, and that is why I picked it as my wallpaper. But with that being said, that is the end of this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, where I'm waiting for this wallpaper to show up, take it easy.